guys, Dave back at you today. I'm on something called Monkey Island. It's somewhere in Currituck Sound near Corolla, North Carolina. Paddling buddy Dave and I paddled out here today. There's a storm coming in. It's hitting Florida right now. And the wind is picking up here in North Carolina already. It's getting a little bit choppy. So we just stopped to grab some water here on this island. It's got a ton of egrets flying around, ton of birds. There's some kind of structure up there. I don't really know what it is, maybe a research outpost or a weather outpost. It looks like it's been abandoned for a long time. But we had, I would say, 2-foot chop pretty consistently getting out here, except when we got on this side of the island, things have calmed down in here. But once you get out into the middle part there, there's 2 and 3 foot waves. So we kind of had to zigzag into the waves and then surf them to work our way over. A lot of fun. These boats are great in these types of conditions, especially for a paddler like me who's not really a skilled ocean kayaker. I like the good stability of the Nelo 510, and Dave's in his Epic V7. I like the stability that it has to offer. I don't feel very tippy. I've no worries. I would not want to get in huge waves with a tippier boat, that's for sure. I'm glad I didn't bring my Stellar SEL out here. I would have felt, I reckon, quite uncomfortable in that boat. So I brought 2 boats with me this week because I knew, if it was kind of calm and flat, I would take out the SEL, which I've done the past 2 days. But today I knew it was windy and choppy, so I played it safe and brought the Nelo 510. It was a very wise choice. So just taking a little break here for water, maybe explore this cool little island a little bit. I seem to have already lost Dave, so maybe this will be his last will and testament. But if he gets back here, I'll shoot a little bit more video and we'll get his thoughts. You can see here, this is kind of a wild place. There's just a lot of birds flying around. It's almost like a deserted island. I kind of feel like I'm on Alcatraz. Really, really cool. All these birds just squawking everywhere. I think Dave said they're called egrets. I don't know birds. I don't know trees. I barely know kayaking. Cool little island. Very, very, very cool spot. I'm really digging this. And over there, across the way, you see the lighthouse. That's Corolla. So we got to paddle. I think we started about a mile and a half on the other side of that. So we're, like I said, I think I said 4.5 miles to get here. So take a little break and head back. Dave has just disappeared. I'm not about to wander into the bird forest looking for him. Might just have to leave him behind. All right, paddling buddy Dave is back. He came back from the birds and the monkeys. Tell me, Dave, what did you find as you were exploring out there?
I found that this is the old seawall here, and
he's pointing at all these.
There were telephone poles about 8 feet on center, and there were horizontals that are gone now, and they're the verticals. So the land used to extend out to this seawall, and about 100 feet of that end of the island was wiped out by a nor'easter years ago. And I found an old shop that had a concrete base and concrete walls, diesel engine, and the shaft for driving equipment. I'm guessing late 1900s, late 1800s, early 1900s. And there's at least 2 structures, wooden structures on the property that apparently provided some kind of vacation spot for, I would guess, wealthy New Yorkers.
Okay.
But it's pretty fascinating. The birds are everywhere. They should call it Egret Island. I didn't see no monkeys. Plenty of live birds, small birds.
There's a bunch of dead birds too. I saw. They're just kind of like keeled over.
Smells like a chicken coop.
And I was afraid to venture in there because I don't really like birds, and I especially like birds pooping on my head even less than that. I don't like being attacked by birds. I don't like birds like pecking my eyes out. Just don't like birds. So I was happy to just hang out with the boats and hope Dave came back and I wouldn't have to, tell his wife Kathy that the birds got him.
Look at all the birds at the top of that tree.
Yeah, I mean, there's just tons of birds here. Birds, birds, birds everywhere! Too many birds! All right. I've had about enough. Until next time, love this sport, take what it has to give you, and pay it forward. Okay, Dave and I are just back. We did about, we think it was about 9 miles round trip. And I'm just gonna say it, this is the first time I've done any kind of big water in this Nelo 510. This is the second mount or socket for this rudder. It's supposed to be keyed at 90 degrees, so this thing will only pop out if it's at a 90-degree angle. Well, this is now my second socket. They've both worn out. As I'm hitting these bigger waves, it slowly works this thing up. So it's either just barely hanging in there or it pops off. I'm gonna say it, this rudder design is a piece of shit. I'm gonna have to fashion a piece of flexible metal and secure it to this screw to ride up over this nut to keep this rudder from riding up. So I've had it with that rudder and the Burrito baler. I'm on like my 6th gasket. It just leaks like a sieve. Can't stand the gasket anymore either. That baler is just garbage. There's no way to get a new gasket in there that does not leak. So I'm probably gonna swap out the baler and fix that rudder. But otherwise, it's still a good boat. It was very stable out in, what would you say, Dave, 2 and 3 foot chop it sometimes?
Yeah.
Something like that. So yeah, we're back. It was fun, a lot of fun. Looking forward to the next time.